नमस्ते सर, बहुत बहुत स्वागत है आपका आज के हमारे सत्र में जी। So, if you could tell us something about the relevance of all the pujas and sadhana that we have been a part of since yesterday. Yes. And basically, sir, why are you here? Like, what is the significance of these 2 days? Okay.
So, firstly, I'm here because this is my Gurupit, Gurusthan, and the importance of pujas in here is one reason is that this is the annual celebration, birthday celebration of our Param Guruji, Puja Shri Vidya, and by her grace, basically this whole Peeth started, and this lineage has roots to Kashi, and from Kashi it basically traveled to different places and finally established in Kadi. So that's one thing that we celebrate the birthday of our Param Guruji, and along with that, every year there is a particular specific pujan ritual is done of Bhagavati. Every year different pujan is done. This year it was Lalita pujan. So basically the Lakshmi aspect of Devi was worshipped. And in Shri Vidya, the Pratyaksha pujan has very much importance. Worshipping yantra, worshipping idols, and besides that, worshipping the people who is initiated into this path. So today the pujan had 108 Suhasinis who are initiated into Shri Vidya, and the Pratyaksha pujan was done to them. Because of that, besides me, there is many other people in here who come to visit. Basically, people from, I would say, all over the world. There's people from other countries also. And these 2 days we had the whole ritual basically included home, a different abhishek to Devi, different tarpan to Devi, and the conclusion today we offered 1 lakh deep to Devi as Deeparchan.
Right. So, as you spoke about Kadi Peeth.
Yes.
So, here I would like to know more about your journey specifically and how you got associated with this Parampara.
Okay. So, if I say here, my spiritual journey started very early in age, and because of very much inclined towards yoga and tantra since early age, I was a kind of seeker by myself. And throughout my journey, I come from a Vaishnava family, so that family background is very different relating with yoga or tantra. That's a purely bhakti margya tradition. But there was always a thought that there should be some more, which is more satisfying to our understanding of who is God, what is divinity. So I was seeking and all the studies, and I read lots of different scriptures and this and that and so on and so. So because of that, I got initiated into the lineage of Nath yogis called Nath Sampradaya nowadays. It's one of the old lineage of yoga and tantra. It's the foundation of that lineage is in Shivadinath, starts from Adinath, Matsindranath, Gorakshnath, and so on, other gurus. So if we see in Tantra, there is 7 steps. If we see Kulavana Tantra, there is Saptachar, they talk about 7 different methods of worship. So first being Vedachar, second being Vaishnavachar, third being Shaivachar, fourth being Dakshinachar, then Vamachar, and sixth is Siddhantachar, which is basically the method of Nath yogis. So Siddhantachar is much more of internal yoga and the perfection of own self, this Pind Brahmanda. We believe in the similarity, Yata Pinde Tata Brahmanda. What is in the cosmos is same thing exists within the body. So the Siddhantachar basically covers the yogic or the very external upasanas of Tantra. by methods of different kriyas and we can say asana, pranayama, and all this ang of yoga, Tantra. But the catch is the seventh achar is being Kaul achar, which is the path of Shakti worship, Shiva and Shakti worship. So when I got Dikshit in Nath Sampradaya, for 5 years I did Upasana and Sadhana relating to that path. And finally, my Nath Guruji uh, guided me that you should go more further and seek for more of this essence. And I started searching for the place where I can go more further in the spiritual journey. So there are many places all over the India. I would say all over the world. There is different Peeth in United States of America. There is many Shri Vidya Peeth in UK also, in Nepal and all other surrounding countries. It's a different thing. But in India there is different lineages because Shri Vidya and Tantra is a vast subject by itself. So I was searching two things basically, which was very important. That one, the actual tantric nature of the upasana, and second, getting initiated by a female. Because a Shaktachar or Kaulachar believes the superiority of females in there. It's a very matriarchal in nature. So I was seeking through and I got to know about the Peeth and other Upasakas with whom I was connected. And through them I talked with Guruji first, the seniors of the Peeth, and then the rest journey is very much interesting, which included lots of learning, lots of self-development. Even if you are spiritual or highly dharmic, but it's not that we all are like completely perfect. We have to learn, we have to go more further and seek what is lacking in there. So that fulfillment of my journey was ended when I visited Kadi and I met Puja Guruji. So what we believe that Nath lineage, yogis or all the yoga traditions, they particularly focus on Kundalini Shakti. We hear this term a lot, Kundalini Shakti, Kundalini Jagrana, this and that. But in yoga, the practical yoga, asana, kriyas and that, it is about of activation of Kundalini.
Right.
But how to work with Kundalini, how to understand nature of Kundalini, you have to practice the Shri Vidya Upasana. There is other path also which talks about the other kuls and lineages of Tantra also. Shri Vidya being one of the very prominent one and known and basically which exists in a very available form. So the nature of Kundalini. So there is a macro body of divine and there is a micro body of divine, which yogis believe in. Yata pinde tata brahmande. What is exists in cosmos exists within our own body also. So as the Devi, the Parashakti exists in her macro form, the same Parashakti exists within us in this body as a micro form, which we call Kundalini.
Right.
So in Shri Vidya, we understand the divine nature of Kundalini, how to ascend the Kundalini towards the different chakras, nature of those chakras, and the other upasanas related with the activation of this yogic process. So I can say from my experience that the journey begins at a yoga path, ends at Shri Vidya Upasana.
Somebody who is very new to this field, and so many youngsters are here today for this puja from
Yes.
different parts of Bharatvarsh. So, for youngsters and knowledge seekers who don't know much about sadhana in general and Shri Vidya in particular, what is your message for them? And from which point, like how they can begin to understand this concept? What should they do in order to get associated? How they can get connected?
See, Shri Vidya is a very open and a progressive path, I would say. It's open for all. It doesn't restrict anyone from where they come, who they are, even of age, class, creed, gender, whatever it be. Everyone is welcomed in this path. Everyone is child of the Divine Mother. Nowadays, I would like to say in this way, because when we see how the situation is going on in the world, and youngsters, because young generation is the future of the whole society. So if one is seeking for a spiritual or a divine teaching or a subject, one can start from studying the scriptures related to it, keeping in mind that some scriptures are restricted for practitioners and some are for beginners. So one can access to this nowadays. Online libraries and the institute like Indic is providing much more of information. So that's one thing. Now, why should youngsters go in this path, or why should youngsters take much interest in? Nowadays, they are taking, but Shri Vidya teaches certain elements which can be useful for today's society. It teaches us equality amongst people, amongst every being, be it animals, be it humans. It regards the feminine aspect of nature as divine and higher. Well, least we see there is many divine births in world, but only few is inclined towards the feminine aspect, or the female's guru or female practitioner, whatever we can say. So there is a gender thing in dharma we see mostly, that there is certain female, there are certain girls who wants to seek, younger females who wants to seek divine path or practices. But certain, because of certain reasons, they cannot go to that path because of the path's limitation or whatever. So Sri Vidya is very ideal for youngsters because it starts as a very micro upasana. It's light in nature when it begins. So you can easily grasp it for as a beginning. It looks very complicated in nature. But as it develops, as the practitioner develops own consciousness, own uh, body, divine spiritual body, uh, besides that, the youngsters can seek up the gurus, present gurus. There is lots of well versed acharyas present of Sri Vidya in current time also. And this path is not of renunciation. Okay, no one has to become a Baba or like leave home or anything. There is no concept of sannyas in Sri Vidya. The Sri Vidya exists in sannyas dharma. Sannyasis like Adi Shankaracharya and different acharyas worship Bhagavad Gita Sundari. But there is no renounce of anything. You don't have to give up any aspect of the world surrounding you. Why? Because as a Shakta, as a Shaiva, we believe that everything is divine. And everything consists of the 36 element which expands from Shiv, ascends to Shiv. So that tattvas are within everything. People can go for certain scriptures like there is Brahmanda Puran. If someone wants to understand who Devi Lalita Tripura Sundari is, then in Brahmanda Puran there is a whole narration of Devi's manifestation, her work, how she fought Bandasur, and the story goes side by side. There is one narration which talks about like a furious battle within the gods and asuras. But at the same time, it represents a much more deep philosophical aspect of Sri Vidya, which happens within us, within the body. So if you read Lalita Upakyan from Brahmanda Puran, there is a story of war happening. But at the same time, you can resonate the whole story within your body. All the elements, all the character, and of course, Devi herself exists in this body as Shakti. That's why this body is alive, otherwise it would be a Shav. That Ikar is Shakti. So there is Brahmanda Puran, and there is certain rules and certain mantras and stotras of Shri Vidya is like restricted for certain people, but the translation of that can be readed. People can opt for the other languages too. There is many much scriptures in English, Hindi, and all the different languages. And Shri Vidya is very helpful for developing own intellect. Shri Vidya Upasana affects the intellect very much. It blooms your intellect. So youngsters who basically study, be it any subject, one can be a doctor, one can be an engineer, or one can be graduate of philosophy and do a PhD on the philosophy or whatever. But Shri Vidya as a mantra yoga, because we say Mantranam Matruka Devi, Shabdanam Jnana Rupini. She is the Matruka, the phonemes within the letters, and within the word she is the knowledge. So Upasana of her gives one, I would say, advances towards the intellectual perspectives of the world, knowledgeable sides of the world. So that's it.